Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. I am back with another video. I'm here with Mega Good Vibes. She's just relaxing in her little cat tree. I think she really is loving this little cat tree. Her and my other cat Ariel, but they take turns in terms of who gets the big tower spot here. So, I hope everyone's doing great. I just want to thank you guys so much for all of your support and connecting with me for the personal readings as well. If you guys need to connect with me, you can visit me at wizio.com, and it's a really fast and easy way to connect with me. It has all of the services that I do provide. And if you ever just need to email me aside from the website, you can reach me at twintuitive717@gmail.com. So a blue jay flew into my backyard, and I've seen the blue jay on the journey before, and I know for a fact that it does mean communication. And along with communication, it means that there has been growth in terms of loyalty and maturity and also assertiveness. So I really feel that for many of you who are going to resonate with this reading, that communication with your masculine, whether you've been in separation or not, you've done this dance, this push and pull, you guys know how it is on the journey. Even when you experience the separation, there's always a coming together again, as per your purpose as twin flames, right? It's really just to learn and grow from each other through this romantic connection. And I think that many of us who do have this experience in our life, it's just such a beautiful thing to be grateful for, just because of all of the lessons that we're learning. I mean, we really are transforming into these incredible beings that are so much more self-aware than when we did meet our twins, about things just that have to do with like our spirituality and our growth and our purpose here on earth, right? I think that like before this all occurred for even me, I never really dove deeply into life the way I do since I've met my twin. So anyways, enough of me rambling. Let's get back to the blue jay and this communication that's coming forward from the masculines. I just thought that I would use the cards a little bit. I've got a mix of tarot and oracle here. This is strictly symbols, and I've got the Tarot of Sexual Magic as well as the Classic Rider-Waite. I just wanted to dig into the overall connection itself, and I know that the Divine Masculines are missing the Feminines very much, and they do wish to reach out, but there is this fear of reaching out before they're ready, and I'm getting this energy of like they're becoming so exhausted from the cycles, and it's so very painful for them. I think like the feminines are so used to it that it's that we've done this level of growth where you kind of know what to do with the separation now. It's like each time you've learned so much more about yourself, but the masculines are now feeling the separation on a level where it kind of like it physically hurts. And I think that the feminines can really, sympathize and empathize with that, because earlier on the journey when we understood much of this that was happening and it seemed like the divine masculines were clueless, we kind of felt, this feeling of being alone in this, or on this journey rather. So they're kind of going through this right now, and many of them are not, in communication with you or in direct communication with you, because I sense that they're feeling like they have to go through this period alone. Like it's almost like this energy of wanting to like work on themselves, or, it's like I feel hideous, like, Quasimodo or the Hunchback of Notre Dame kind of thing. And there's Esmeralda, and she completely accepts him for who he is, despite, what the outside world perceives of him. So, that's another strong message I was getting as well to tell you guys is like many times when you feel like your masculine completely pulling away, you might stop and like panic for a minute and wonder like what you did wrong, or what's occurred, or what suddenly changed. But many times like they themselves just kind of feel unattractive around you, and it's almost like until they can do the inner work to really communicate with you the way that you deserve, just kind of be present with you the way you deserve. And the reason I say the way you deserve is because the feminine has showed up so fearlessly in this connection and given her love, time, attention, energy to the masculine in such a beautiful and graceful way. And at times he has not known what to do with that. And I think for him, he has felt many times that like the amount of times that he's left her kind of like hanging, it's like they get into this space of, I don't know if I can go back and repair it. But they get the strength and the courage because of how the universe, their spirit guides, their angels, their ancestors, just the signs and synchronicities that are around them, they get the courage because they feel the guidance around them, okay? And that's what I felt when the Blue Jay flew in today. It was like they're gaining the confidence to overcome a lot of the regrets that they've had on the journey and the way that they've dealt with the connection, and or I shouldn't say deal with it, the way that they've tried to accept the connection. Okay, so sorry for rambling on. I'll get into the cards. And I just kind of want to see what messages that are out there in terms of reminding you guys about this connection and the communication that's coming forward. Because I feel like when the connection goes too stagnant, we can get into those negative energies of questioning the whole journey, questioning whether or not twin flames are real, things like that tend to happen. So I just want to send you guys messages that might resonate, that may remind you that, you're not actually crazy, you're not alone, and you're completely supported. Okay, so we have the Toad coming out, and I think the Toad kind of like talks about that energy of like, feeling grotesque, and I don't know why I get that word when it comes to the Toad, but it's just kind of like that energy that the masculine feels before this like transformation into the prince, or he was once the prince and now has transformed into the frog because of the challenges that are presented to us on this journey. And I think that the transformation will take place with the frog energy coming present. It's just that there's this state of limbo, being in the state of darkness and seeing the darkness as beautiful, accepting ourselves in those like ugly moments as beautiful, because I feel like without the scars and the pain and the things that we go through when it comes to matters of the heart, like a lot of you, miss your counterparts deeply. You question why it is you would meet this person and then you can't be with them. And, aside from that, there's just things happening in your personal life that's being stripped away from you, and at times can really put us into this energy. And I really feel that the masculines wanting the feminines to have patience with them, because they want you to know the reason they're not communicating is because they're feeling like that kind of grotesque, dark energy about themselves. And, some self-love is really, really required for them to grow and experience before they can actually outpour any love onto you. But they're working on it for sure. Because, the kind of like sexual energy in the air, along with the sexual energy, it's like this energy of wanting to just bond and like be together. The Ace of Wands energy, actually, that's in this deck, where he's got his hand on her stomach and it almost looks pregnant. It's like that energy I'm feeling. It's like no longer like this energy of like, oh my God, I just want to tear her clothes off and like ravage her or ravish or whatever the word is. And it's like he wants to get out of that, and he wants to appear as like, more nurturing and protective. And that does mean like very intense, powerful sex, but in a more nurturing and protective way. Like he really wants to like be your daddy kind of like energy, but in this like protective way and not this like, toad creep way. And many of them are kind of transforming and going through that. And age doesn't even matter, because there's so many of your masculines as well who, that kind of sexual drive within them, it just doesn't go away no matter how old they get, right? It's just part of their nature. It has a lot more to do with just being a man. It has so much to do with, our life path number, our astrology sign, where the planets are, on our birth chart. There's so many factors that play a role in the way our sexuality connects in this lifetime. Okay, that one just slipped out. Okay, so I'm going to put the frog and the pond together because that just goes perfectly. We're just missing a lily pad here. But, oh, actually there is a lily pad. Look at that. Isn't it? With the little thing on top? I feel like it is. Most lily pads usually have a cute little pink flower on top. But, you know, what I get with this is that he's seriously in this state of just like, you know, thinking deeply about the feminine. And you can see the black in the water as well. And I feel like it's just such a small pond in here because it's only his mind space he's connecting to right now. And I think I've mentioned it in past readings as well, where he's really refraining from speaking to other people who don't really resonate with twin flames, or even if they don't know about twin flames, he's only talking to people about the connection who he trusts intuitively are just open towards spirituality so that they can give him a better understanding of, you know, the thoughts that he's kind of pondering in his head. Because, you know, just like us in the connection, like who resonate with the divine feminine energy, the masculines feel this connection the same way we do. Like they experience the synchronicities, they experience the, you know, incessant thoughts about us that don't go away. They miss us deeply. They question as to why it is they can't seem to, you know, kind of erase us or replace us with any other energy. And I feel like that is the twin flame journey. That's really what it is. It's just this constant reminder that, you know, you can't really run away from your own heart, your own thoughts, like the desires within you. You can't run from it or change it, no matter what the world thinks of your love or how your circle or community may perceive your coming together. This is a personal journey for you both to recognize what's important here. And I think that the masculines are really in this space of recognizing that the feminine is really, really important to him. And, you know, she's important to him in terms of like, you know, more than just like a partner or someone that he loves. It's like he's thinking long term now in terms of like having a family, having someone to just share your life with. I'm just going to get one more from this deck, just to tie up those messages. Okay, let's go with what's at the top. Yeah, so I think, you know, are these two cards? Okay, sorry, it felt like a really thick card there for a second. I feel like the house card comes up here. It's because, you know, that's ultimately, you know, it kind of, again, I have to find that Ace of Wands card because I just saw it earlier when I was shuffling, but like, you know, I'm even going to actually just use this as part of the reading because I remember it just kind of like popping out, and it's that assertive energy, that protective energy I was talking about, like the way he wants to, you know, make love to her now and thinks about sex. It's like really transforming from this energy because when he ponders it, the connection, it's like this feeling of love that he can't really escape from. And it feels so good, guys. Like it feels so good for them to think of the divine feminine, almost like they they hit the jackpot, like they hit the lottery in love, and this feeling isn't going anywhere for them. So that's why the telepathy for you guys is coming back. A lot of the sexual energy, a lot of the feeling watched or anticipating communication or some kind of change is in the air, or getting excited about the fall season. It's, you know, kind of like this cozy feel of them just wanting to build these walls and put you inside and, you know, really get to express themselves in this connection. And I feel like that's where they're at now, is just wanting to build with the feminine. They want to create that space that belongs to the both of them. And again, maybe even just have a family, right? With his hand over her belly there. And it's weird because it's like, I feel like the masculines have never pondered these thoughts before because it was almost like society decided their fate for them, or maybe their circle or the people in their lives decided their fate for them already, or maybe have always made them felt like, oh, you're meant to be a bachelor all your life. Oh, you never settle down. Like you're always going to be a player kind of thing. And they kind of like fell into this illusion or like this way of being with that mask on, right? But again, seeking wise counsel from people that they trust and pondering what's in their own mind alone, like it's getting them to this place of just kind of like feeling like this wonderful new start of something beautiful that they've never felt before, or they never thought that they deserved, right? So what's going on with them in the material world? Okay, so a lot of action, so kind of starting from scratch with the one pentacle here, but it doesn't even matter if they've just got one pentacle. It's, really taking action in the material world towards the connection, and again, the start of building something with the feminine too, with the house here. So a lot of them are kind of thinking about this like family energy, this bonding with you, imagining what a life would be like with you, marrying you. It's like, I feel that for many of the masculines, like they thought that they were going to have to go like this entire lifetime and not experience those things. So many of them might have put up this mask or put up this facade that like, oh, you know what, like married life is not for me. I feel sorry for people who get into marriages, or you know what, like people are crazy for getting married. But it's like, that's all he can think about when it comes to you. It's like taking action in that direction, because the Knight of Cups is very honest, very good natured. And I think the honesty comes from like transforming out of that toad energy that we began with, and, taking action in the direction that he feels most comfortable. And many times, the way he feels comfortable is just feeling this loving energy towards the feminine. And, the Ten of Swords comes up as a completion in terms of like, what, everyone's had their say, everyone has had their opinions, their thoughts about what this means, except me. And so he's placed himself on the ground, he's put everyone's sword in him, and now he's willing to like really surrender to this beautiful connection between them. And that's again why I feel like the blue jay is coming up, because it's representing that loyalty, that assertiveness. So again, many of them are kind of, pulling away completely because they're desperately trying to shed the old version of themselves, because they really do want this brand new start. They want to appear as a brand new masculine to the feminine. So I'm just going to get a few more from the Tarot of Sexual Magic just to confirm the energies around the Ace of Wands here. So this is like, for me, again, like the start of this new romantic, passionate beginning that has got, a lot of loyalty in its undertones. Okay, so we have the Knave of the Knave of Wands coming in. Okay, so he's really new to, expressing himself and embodying himself in this way. But to me, like, it's this passionate dark-haired woman, and the reason I think that she's dark-haired in this image is because I feel like that's where the twin flame journey kind of takes us. It takes us through the darkness, and it's only when we meet our counterpart that we feel like we go into this dark space. But there's so much passion in this connection also, with the twin flame aspect, that it's almost like having all of these realizations about yourself when you experience the worst parts of this journey. You also kind of, really do feel this fairy tale feel out of it. And the reason I felt that was because her shoe kind of fell off on the ground there. And, I just think that it's such a beautiful energy that he's now getting to experience, because I think it just confirms the fact that I was mentioning before, he really didn't think that he would ever experience this type of love. So that's why, like, I really do feel like all of these negative cycles of like coming close to you and then totally running and getting scared from it all came from a place of just not feeling deserving, not feeling that self love. And I really feel like the masculines kind of hit the nail on the head with this whole self love concept because it's something that they've never really had to think about before. But yeah, it's like when they met their feminine, she wasn't going anywhere. You know, the connection itself wasn't going anywhere, and it just continued to grow and grow and grow and grow, kind of like her hair. And I feel like that's why the passion can't be denied, you know, between them. And that's why the house energy is coming up, because it's like it's constantly being built towards their happiness, their desires. And at the end of the day, the reason you two keep attracting each other is because that's what your soul keeps repeating to you over and over and over again as to where it is you're supposed to be. I'm just going to get one more card to confirm that, and we'll wrap up the reading. Okay, so we get the Six of Wands coming up here. So a lot of passionate energy. I feel like with the Six, that's, you know, a lot of compromise coming into play. You both have experienced a lot of changes with the Fives coming in before the Six. And now it's, you know, kind of dealing with those changes in a way that you feel comfortable now, like with this knowing. You know, he's kind of like holding the knowing in his hand there with the twin flame realization. And I feel like her back is turned, and, you know, she's kind of hesitant in terms of, you know, giving forth that passion because, you know, they've been on a long road together. But, you know, with the goat energy there in the background, you know, I feel like the arousal can't be ignored every time he does come around again. And that's the thing with the twin flame journey. It's like, you know, as much as the feminine tries, you know, her best to, I guess, you know, give into like the reality that we see around us here. It's like, you know, let him chase me, let him do this. You know, I'm not going to give in this time. This is the last time kind of thing. It's like not when it's a twin flame connection. And we kind of see that time and time again. And I love the animals on this card too, because you guys know I love animal synchronicities as well. But just like the energy between them, and that's why I feel like a lot of Wands energy is coming up around this like loyalty and maturing energy. It's because the masculine at the end of the day, like, you know, he really does feel this passion towards his divine feminine in every way possible, and that goes like right down to like that bunny rabbit, like I want to hump you all the time energy, and she's always welcome to it, which is why, you know, I feel like there's this part of her exposed. Her dress is red for that passion that she feels for him too, including her boots. Like her boots are red too. You know, it's something that they both, you know, really at this point can't deny. The masculines aren't turning back on how they feel, and, you know, for the first time in their life, I really feel like there is some kind of like purpose here, and, you know, the main energy behind this new vitality that they're feeling is the feminine. And she's gorgeous in this picture. Like, even her hair is red. I'm just going to show you guys this card one more time. Like, to me, this totally represents, like, there's no denying the chemistry between them, and there's nothing that's going to stand in the way. Like, with all of the animals around, the connection is protected by signs and synchronicities. And, of course, your angels and guides who are acting as messengers all the time. All right, I love you guys. Me and Niga will catch you guys again sometime soon. And I will try to put up another written reading sometime within the next few days, okay? I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Again, join me at wizio.com if you want to book a personal session with me. Until then, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.